More couples who struggle to conceive are turning to in vitro fertilization, which involves fertilizing a woman's egg outside of her body in a lab setting. Between 2021 and 2022, the number of babies born from IVF increased nearly 3%.
A typical IVF treatment can cost couples upwards of $20,000. And in the U.S., only 20 states and D.C. require some type of infertility insurance coverage.
One state that doesn't provide coverage is Georgia.
So when a couple there wanted to grow their family, they took an international approach.
Reporter Chelsea Beimvor shows us how.
This is Christopher here.
One-year-old twins Christian and Christopher are the biggest blessings Orlando and Kimberly Graham say they have ever received.
People ask me all the time why you come up with that name. I said, well, Christ is in it, in both of them names. So it's Christ and Christ because it was a blessing.
But the Grahams' journey to parenthood was a long one. Both spent decades focused on their careers. They got married in their 40s, and as Kimberly approached age 50, she felt something was missing.
I've always wanted to have kids.
With their biological clock unfortunately ticking, doctors told the Grahams that in vitro fertilization, or IVF, was likely their best path towards getting pregnant.
They told us, because of our age, that it may take 3 times.
But with the average American IVF treatment priced at about $25,000 per cycle, the Grahams weren't sure they could afford it.
I was exploring all my options.
One day, while scrolling through Instagram, Kimberly saw a video about a couple that traveled to another country for infertility treatment. The CDC classifies this as medical tourism. So Kimberly did her research, and the Grahams booked plane tickets to Barbados.
We're an island in the Caribbean. 90% of our patients that we treat do not live here.
Dr. Juliet Skinner is the medical director of the Barbados Fertility Center, which has been in business for 22 years and boasts an IVF success rate higher than the U.S. for less than half the cost, averaging less than $10,000, including travel. Dr. Skinner says this has to do with insurance and infrastructure, but also financial gain.
The other element is, what do the accountants put in as a profit margin? And clearly our profit margin is very, very different to the USA profit margin.
After a consultation and undergoing surgeries to remove a fibroid and a blockage, Kimberly and Orlando went through with IVF at the Barbados clinic.
They said, this is how life begins. And we saw the 2 little dots, and it was absolutely amazing and beautiful.
And on her 50th birthday, Kimberly found out she was pregnant.
Best birthday present ever.
I was so excited because I said, I finally get my boys.
As the twins head into their second year of life, the Grahams couldn't be more thankful and want to encourage other couples who may be in the same boat to never lose hope.
I think that working with the right resources, it can happen. It can definitely happen. Don't ever give up.
Traveling to Barbados was a great option for this couple, but the CDC warns that medical tourism can be risky. Air travel could increase risk for things like blood clots and infection. If there's a language barrier, there's a possibility of miscommunication, and some countries' requirements to maintain medical accreditation and licensure may be less than it would be required in the United States. The CDC encourages you to do your own research and get a pre-travel consultation if you're considering going abroad for a procedure. Also, remember to bring your medical records and a travel health kit for recovery and the trip home.